The decision before me feels larger than words. Sacred presence. As this quiet moment settles around me, I become aware of the crossroads within my own heart. There are paths I could take, voices I could follow, fears I could obey, and hopes I barely dare to trust. Tonight I won't come pretending that I already know the answer. I come as I am, carrying uncertainty like a heavy coat that has become difficult to remove. Meet me here in this stillness. Creator of all wisdom, draw near to every listener whose heart is restless with choices that cannot be rushed. Some of us are wondering whether to stay or leave. Some are deciding about work, family, relationships, a new beginning, or the courage to close an old chapter. Others carry decisions that no one else can see, silent questions whispered only in the privacy of the soul. You know every hidden conversation that has unfolded in our minds. You know the nights we've stared into the darkness, replaying every possibility. You know the mornings we've awakened are already exhausted because the decision was waiting before our feet even touched the floor. Nothing about this moment surprises you. Great light, let your peace become greater than my confusion. Let this sacred pause become a place where hurried thoughts lose their grip and anxious voices become quiet enough for wisdom to be heard. I don't ask for every answer all at once. I ask only for enough light to take the next faithful step. Source of all truth, receive the burdens I have carried alone. Receive the pressure I've placed upon myself to make the perfect choice. Receive the fear of disappointing people I love. Receive the worry that one wrong step could undo years of effort. Receive the endless circles of overthinking that have stolen my sleep. I lay them before you now. I've tried to solve everything through my own strength. I've imagined every possible outcome until my heart became tired. I've searched for certainty where certainty simply doesn't exist, and now I admit that I cannot carry this weight forever. Holy Spirit of all things, I surrender the illusion that I must control every detail of tomorrow. Life has never asked me to see every mile ahead. It asks me only to walk with integrity through the step that is before me. Help me trust that wisdom grows as we walk together. Some choices carry excitement, others carry grief, because every option asks me to let something go. Even good decisions sometimes require painful endings. Even hopeful beginnings often ask for brave farewells. When my heart aches because every path has a cost, stay close beside me. When I fear losing security, remind me that peace does not come from perfect circumstances. When I fear the unknown, remind me that the unknown has never been outside your loving presence. Higher power. I confess how often fear disguises itself as wisdom. Sometimes I hesitate because I call it caution. Sometimes I delay because I call it preparation. Sometimes I remain where I am because familiar discomfort feels safer than unfamiliar possibility. Search my heart gently. Separate fear from discernment. Separate pride from purpose. Separate impatience from true readiness. Show me where love is leading. Show me where peace quietly waits beneath all the noise. Show me where compassion asks me to walk. Fill me with quiet courage. Fill me with steady wisdom. Fill me with patient trust. Grant me a listening heart. Let me choose what honors love. Creator, I think of every person praying these words whose decision touches more than themselves. The parent wondering what is best for a child. The husband or wife longing to protect a family. The young adult standing before an uncertain future. The worker deciding whether to remain or begin again. The caregiver carrying responsibilities that seem impossible. The friend wondering whether to speak difficult truth or remain silent. The soul deciding whether forgiveness is finally possible. Each story is different. Each burden has its own shape. Yet every heart longs for the same gift, the gift of knowing that we are not walking alone. Sacred presence, let your wisdom become. Like the gentle light that slowly fills a room before sunrise. Not sudden, not blinding, simply faithful. Little by little the darkness gives way. Little by little shapes become clear. Little by little what seemed impossible to see begins to reveal itself. Teach me to trust this kind of guidance. Not dramatic, not rushed, simply steady. Teach me to resist making permanent decisions during temporary storms. When emotions rise like strong winds, anchor me. When opinions from every direction compete for my attention, quiet me. When everyone seems certain except me, remind me that comparison never creates clarity. My journey doesn't need to look like anyone else's. The timing of my life doesn't need to match another person's story. The wisdom prepared for me has my own name written upon it. Great light, if pride keeps me from asking for wise counsel, soften my heart. If shame keeps me isolated, bring trusted people alongside me. If stubbornness keeps me holding tightly to what should be released, loosen my grasp with kindness rather than force. Let humility become strength instead of weakness. Teach me that asking for help is not failure. Teach me that waiting can sometimes be an act of courage. Teach me that peace often grows quietly before circumstances ever change. I bring before you every conversation I know I need to have. The difficult phone call, the honest apology, the respectful goodbye, the hopeful invitation, the truth that has waited too long behind closed lips. Prepare my words before I speak them. May honesty never become harshness. May kindness never become avoidance. May courage always be joined with compassion. Source of life, protect me from making choices only to gain approval. Free me from the exhausting habit of living according to other people's expectations. There will always be voices telling me who I should become. There will always be opinions pulling me in opposite directions. But beneath every voice, help me recognize the quiet invitation toward what is good, loving, and true. If success costs my peace, help me reconsider. If comfort costs my growth, help me awaken. If fear costs my calling, help me become brave. Lead me toward what allows my heart to remain honest. Lead me toward what allows love to grow. Lead me toward what brings greater kindness into the lives of others. Holy Spirit of all things, I surrender my timeline. I want answers today. I want certainty before taking a step. I want guarantees before opening another door. Yet life rarely unfolds that way. Instead, you teach trust. You teach patience. You teach faithfulness in ordinary moments. Help me stop demanding certainty where only trust can carry me. When I feel rushed by fear, slow my spirit. When I feel trapped by doubt, widen my vision. When disappointment whispers that I've already missed my chance, remind me that new mercies continue to arrive in ways I cannot yet imagine. Thank you for remaining patient with me, even when I become impatient with myself. Thank you for never mocking my questions. Thank you for welcoming every honest prayer, even when all I can offer are tears instead of polished words. You have never asked me to pretend I am fearless. You simply invite me to keep bringing my heart into your light. So here I remain, not because every question has been answered, but because your presence is becoming more precious than my certainty. And somehow, even before the decision is made, I can already feel the first quiet breath of peace beginning to rise within me. Higher power, remain with me as I continue walking through this uncertain place. I don't want to choose from panic. I don't want to speak from frustration. I don't want to act simply because silence has become uncomfortable. Shape my heart until peace becomes a better guide than pressure. When I feel that every moment of waiting is wasted, remind me that unseen work is often the deepest work. Roots grow before branches reach the sky. Foundations are laid before walls are raised. Quiet preparation often becomes the strength that carries every future step. Teach me not to mistake stillness for abandonment. Teach me not to mistake delay for absence. Teach me not to mistake unanswered questions for unanswered prayers. Sacred presence, give me eyes that notice the small signs of wisdom already surrounding me. Sometimes guidance comes through a gentle conversation. Sometimes it comes through unexpected clarity after a night of rest. Sometimes it comes through a door that quietly closes, protecting me from a path I could not fully understand. Help me pay attention Help me listen more than I speak. Help me notice what brings lasting peace instead of temporary excitement. Fill me with discernment. Let my heart remain open. Guide my next step. Creator, there are moments when I fear making the wrong decision more than I desire making the right one. That fear becomes its own prison. It keeps me standing at the crossroads long after it's time to move. Release me from that prison. Remind me that no human life is lived without uncertainty. Every meaningful journey begins before every answer is known. Every beautiful story includes moments when faith must walk where certainty cannot. Let courage rise quietly within me, not loud, not proud, simply faithful. If I stumble, teach me instead of condemning me. If I must change direction later, let humility become my companion rather than shame. If unexpected challenges appear, remind me that difficult roads are not proof that I've been abandoned. Great Light, guard my heart from bitterness if the outcome looks different from what I imagined. Expectations can become heavy burdens when I hold them too tightly. Open my hands, help me receive what is truly good instead of clinging only to what feels familiar. There are blessings I cannot yet recognize because they arrive wearing unfamiliar faces. There are opportunities hidden inside, endings. There is growth waiting inside, seasons I would never have chosen for myself. Grant me the grace to trust that goodness can appear in surprising ways. Source of all wisdom, bless the people whose lives are connected to my decision. Let my choice become one that reflects compassion, integrity, and love. If my path affects my family, surround them with peace. If it affects my friends, strengthen our relationships with honesty. If it affects my work, let me carry kindness wherever I go. May my decisions never be driven by resentment. May they never be rooted in revenge. May they never be shaped by pride alone. Instead, let them grow from wisdom that serves something greater than myself. Holy Spirit of all things, quiet the endless conversations inside my mind. Some days the thoughts arrive before the sunrise and continue long after night has fallen. Every possibility argues for my attention. Every fear presents itself as urgent. Bring holy silence where noise has taken over. Let my breathing become slower. Let my heart become steadier. Let my thoughts become clearer. In that sacred quiet, help me recognize the voice of peace, not because it shouts the loudest, but because it remains gentle, patient, and true. I pray for those who feel trapped by impossible choices, for the one choosing between security and calling, for the one deciding whether to forgive, for the one wondering if it's finally time to begin again, for the one carrying responsibilities that seem too heavy for one heart. Hold each of us with tenderness. Remind us that we are seen. Remind us that we are loved. Remind us that even here, at this uncertain crossroads, hope has not left our side. I place tomorrow into your hands before tomorrow arrives. I place my future into your care before I can fully imagine it. And for today, I ask only this: help me live with honesty, help me love with courage, help me walk in peace. Creator, I release my need to carry tomorrow before it arrives. I have spent enough hours trying to predict every conversation, every outcome, every unexpected turn. Those hours have not given me peace. They have only reminded me how small my own understanding can be. So I loosen my grip. I open my hands. I place this decision into your loving care. Whatever I cannot see, you already know. Whatever I cannot understand, you already hold. Whatever lies beyond the bend in the road is not beyond your presence. Sacred presence, teach me to recognize peace that lasts longer than emotion. Excitement rises and falls. Fear rises and falls. The opinions of others rise and fall, but deep peace remains. Help me become familiar with that peace until it feels like coming home. When the moment finally comes to decide, let me act without panic. Let me speak without harshness. Let me move without regret for the time spent seeking wisdom. May my decision reflect the person I long to become. not simply the circumstances I wish to escape. Fill me with quiet confidence, strengthen my willing heart, keep me close to love. Great light, thank you for never demanding perfection from me. Thank you for knowing that I am human, that I hesitate, that I ask questions, that I sometimes lose courage halfway through the journey. Still, you remain faithful. When I doubt myself, you do not withdraw. When I become weary, you do not grow impatient. When I cannot find the words, you understand the language of silence. Thank you for walking beside me through every season of uncertainty. Thank you for the wisdom I have already received, even when I recognized it only in hindsight. Thank you for every closed door that quietly protected me. Thank you for every unexpected path that led me toward greater compassion, deeper humility, and stronger hope. Source of life, I choose trust today, not because every answer has arrived, not because every fear has disappeared, but because I believe that love is stronger than fear. I believe that wisdom is still available. Believe that peace can exist even while questions remain. This decision does not define my worth. My mistakes do not erase my dignity. My future is not built upon one single moment alone. Help me remember that every new day offers another opportunity to choose kindness, integrity, patience, and courage. If I discover later that I need to adjust my path, let me do so with grace instead of shame. If success comes, keep me humble. If disappointment comes, keep me hopeful. If waiting continues, keep me faithful. May every season draw me closer to the person you are gently shaping me to become. Higher power, bless every listener praying these words. For the weary soul sitting alone at a kitchen table long after everyone else has gone to bed, bring comfort. For the one staring at an unread message, unsure whether to send a reply, bring wisdom. For the one wondering whether to begin again after failure, bring courage. For the one carrying quiet grief while trying to make an important choice, bring gentle strength. For the one whose heart is divided between love and fear, let love become the stronger voice. May each person listening know they are not forgotten. May each person remember that uncertainty is not evidence of abandonment. May each person discover that even difficult decisions can become sacred places where character is formed and hope is renewed. Creator, as this prayer comes to its close, I breathe with gratitude instead of striving. Thank you for hearing every whispered concern. Thank you for receiving every hidden tear. Thank you for welcoming every honest question. Thank you for surrounding me with a love that remains steady when my own confidence rises and falls. Leave this moment lighter than I entered it, not because every answer has appeared, but because I no longer carry this burden alone. I will take the next step when it is time. I will listen before I rush. I will choose with compassion. I will walk with integrity. And whatever tomorrow brings, I will remember that your presence goes before me, remains beside me, and gently follows behind me with mercy. May my heart remain open. May my spirit remain peaceful. May my choices become expressions of wisdom, kindness, and love. May every road I travel draw me closer to the truth. May every ending prepare me for a faithful beginning. May every uncertain moment become another opportunity to trust. I rest this decision in your hands. I rest this future in your care. I rest this heart in your everlasting peace. And as I rise from this sacred pause, may I carry quiet courage into every step ahead. May peace walk before me. May wisdom walk beside me. May hope rise within me. And may love always lead me home.